Well, I'm the Dad Panther writer, streamer, content creator, master of none, and today we're going to talk about a very sentimental WWE Vault documentary. This came from 2021, but if you're following WWE Vault on YouTube, you'll see that they're showing some live casts, but they're also showing some documentaries that we really can't find nowadays, especially with the situation with the WWE Network. But anywho, I just want to let you know you can lie, steal, and cheat. And I like to think that we stole in your heart. So hit the subscribe button and follow for more. Now, with this documentary that we're going to talk about, it is called the Ray, Eddie, and the Rumble. This is talking about the 2006 Royal Rumble. I have mentioned how impactful this pay-per-view was to me as far as just being a wrestling fan. It was probably one of the biggest pay-per-views I've been to live in Miami. So to be able to see what happened in that match pay off the way it did and still not really feel the gravity of what was going on until I was older in my life. So with this documentary, again, it was done, I think 2020 or 2000. It might have been 2000. That's a big gap. Let me check. That's a pretty big gap for this episode. It is 2020. Okay, there we go. 2020 for this episode. It was a part of a series they did. Now, the lows of this episode, there's no low for the actual production. I think everything was there. It's just unfortunate because of the passing of Eddie Guerrero, and that is a major piece of the story for this. I would say the low in a dark comedy kind of way is the custody match that ties the two together. Now, um, it's not a match that people talk about like the TLC matches, the table matches, the buried alive, the hell in the cells, if you would. Having custody battles for your son, um, not probably the brightest or best moments out of Vincent K. McMahon. But then again, I'm sure there's a list that you can add this to. Now, the good things I would say about this, I think they did a really good job on the time frame. I think the time frame is a plus. It's less than 40 minutes for this episode, and I think that is more than enough time for what they talked about. They kind of went into how they started in wrestling, but it wasn't about them. This was just focusing on these two individuals in that Royal Rumble, and not even the consequences or the cause and effect after the Royal Rumble. So I thought the timing was great on that one. I thought the behind the scenes, the conversations, even Dom at being a Dominic, a very young age, before we get Dirty Dom, it was interesting to see him and then even see the audio and video again of him being young and doing these promos or whatnot. I thought it was sentimental and cool because they didn't necessarily go full kayfabe. Some of them do on these documentaries, especially for the Vault, where um, like the Goldberg one, where it's DDP and the rest of them talking. It's just, I don't know how you feel about it. Put in the comments how you feel about it, but you're trying to watch it and instead of them telling you behind the scenes and you want the real of it, they're still talking to you as if you don't know how this works. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. So, another good thing about it was they didn't dwell too much on necessarily the passing. They really just focused on these two having their first tag team match together, um, and the success of that. Even though it was short term, they did talk about the gimmick and who came up with that match to win the rights to a person. Say it how you want. And then the breakdown of the Royal Rumble, where it was like you're going. I thought it was edited. It was it was put together in such a way that I felt those emotions of being there. I actually forgot it was there until I had saw like the Roman castle background, Caesar Palace type thing. I was like, oh, that's the one. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'm in the background of it, but let's go ahead and rate these things. So we rate things from a 5 to a 0, with 0 being horrible and 5 being excellent. And for this one, I would say it's a strong 3. It's a strong 3. It's not long enough. There's some somber moments that go into it, but it is a really good reflection of what was going on in the WWE at the time and things that were going on. They do give you some closure at the end and kind of let you know how things somewhat ended. Necessarily, like obviously Rey Mysterio wins the championship and he gets big gold around his waist later that year. But it's just there wasn't much out of this, and that's not a bad thing. So I would rate it a 3. I think it's a strong 3. I would recommend watching it. And then I would also recommend going back and watching that Royal Rumble pay-per-view. You might see me in the crowds. I wasn't in a good seat. I was I was up top. You know what I'm saying? I was up top. I'm a working man. You know what I'm saying? So every dollar I use it. And I guess I use them all. So I was at the top. I was at the tippy top. I do remember that I was dating a little something, a little PYT, and pretty hot and tempting. She was in tears when Ray won, and it was something that we were all feeling. Like, I've been to events and pay-per-views and even live events where the crowd gets into it. You hear the pop. It's so different hearing the pop there in the stage versus hearing the pop elsewhere. And when you hear it in the arena at certain moments, not just in the arena, but certain moments, like historic moments, like this one was one. It was so cool to be a part of that and hear that. And you know what else you can be a part of? You can be a part of showing us support. Hitting the link in the description for the WWE shop, get yourself an actual pretty cool T-shirt or something. Maybe get a big goal, bring it home. Are the tag team championship belts? There's some nice looking belts, even the new tag team championship belt. Manny likes the penny belts, but do your thing. We would show the love that we would show you digitally, like moi. I mean, that's all I got. Just click the link and go shopping. Get something. I was gonna say get something on me, but don't do that. Get something in your means and do that. Hit the subscribe button, like, and comment for more. Now, you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here. Hit my music and check out one of these videos or something on our playlist.
Said I'ma get into it first. Until they put me in the dirt. Said I'ma get into it first. Said I'ma get into it.